Empire City Casino at Yonkers Raceway salutes the 1969 World Champion New York Mets. 40 amazing years. Fielders Ron Swoboda and Art Shamsky, shortstop Bud Harrelson, and first baseman Ed Kranepool reminisced about the amazing season, greeted fans, and signed autographs in Empire City's Gotham Palace at the Entertainment Lounge.
When we get back together, the '69 Mets, it's like a family reunion. You know, we all felt so fortunate to be a part of this thing that built in such an improbable way in 1969, and so it's always a pleasure for us that we didn't have any real superstars back then, so we were all just players. It was a very different time, economically, historically. You know, '69 was what? Man on the Moon, Woodstock, the Vietnam War, good economic times. You know, it was a period in our history when everything seemed possible, and the least possible thing seemed to be the New York Mets winning the World Series, and we did that. But I can remember when the men were getting ready to walk on the moon. Armstrong, we were in Montreal trying to get back to New York, and our airplane had mechanical trouble. Consequently, we got to see it live. We went up into the bar in the airport in Montreal and watched Neil Armstrong, you know, take that first step onto the moon. And the irony was not lost on us that here we can't get from Montreal to New York, and we just put a man on the moon. So it was a year full of all of those kinds of twists and turns and improbabilities.
So many moments to talk about, just being part of that incredible team. Memories that all of us have, even though it's 40 years later, people still want to talk about that team. Very, very special. The whole year was a lot of good memories.
Surprised when you won?
We had a good team. We won a lot of games that year. I think we were all just so happy that we won. It was just an incredible time.
Short story. Jeez, it was a long season. Well, let's see.
Who's doing it?
I loved when the Black Cat came out at Shea Stadium and looked at Leo DeRocha of the Cubs, who we were trying to catch. And because of that cat, we caught the Chicago Cubs and passed them up. We actually beat them by 9.5 games.
You were with a lot of the teams, the original teams with the Mets. How did it feel when you finally won?
Well, it was a long time coming, but obviously it's something that you can relish your whole life. This is 40 years after the fact that we're still celebrating a reunion. Well, they were all good. When you win at the end, it's great, but obviously beating the Cubs, it was an exciting time. We came from 10 games behind, and then we beat them by 10 games.
That's Ron Swoboda and Mike Clayton. This picture was taken in 1969 when the Mets won the World Series. They sent a contingency over to Vietnam. He was kind enough to come down to Da Nang and visit a bunch of Marines. 40 years has gone by for me to say a thank you to him and for the rest of the guys for doing what they did. It's a very, very special day. Today made my day, and I can't thank them enough.
I'm Kristal Hart reporting from Empire City Casino at Yonkers Raceway.